I was asked the question, why would I pick Devin Haney over Regis Prograis? And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. This is something I thought about, and I thought about it. Now, originally, I picked three guys to beat Devin, or to give Devin some trouble. One guy for sure to beat him, the other two to give him some trouble. I don't think Devin stands a chance with Shakur. That doesn't mean I don't like Devin. That doesn't mean I like Shakur more than Devin. I'm simply looking at boxing skills, CompuBox, and all of that, and Shakur's just superior. Okay? Uh, as for the other guy was Tank Davis. I think Tank could knock Devin out. However, I think Devin can outbox Tank. Tank actually does give up a lot of rounds early, like people tried to accuse Crawford of doing. Tank gives up a lot of rounds early. There have been several fights to where Tank needed a knockout, or he needed to turn it around pretty quickly. Um, so there is a possibility that Devin can get to the scorecards, and as long as he stay up off that mat, he can beat Tank Davis. But there is also a possibility that maybe Tank comes out a little aggressive. Tank tries to box him. Tank knows what he's getting himself into. He starts a little earlier, and he does what he needs to do to get the victory. The other guy is Richardson Hitchens. I just think he's an amazing, underrated boxer who has more power than Devin, who's already acclimated to that weight class, and could definitely be some issues for Devin. Now, I would have to see how Devin actually looks at that weight class, but as of right now, I'm leaning towards Devin ever so slightly, 52-48, but Richardson Hitchens can definitely get him up out of there, and he can outbox him. So those are the three guys. I kind of overlooked Regis because I didn't see this fight happening. And with Regis being 34, I definitely didn't see this fight happening prior to he got a little older or kind of got out of boxing. I don't think there is any sort of physical decline with Regis at all. Uh, my only concern is really his mentality going into the fight. Regis sometimes boxes when he needs to fight, and he fights when he needs to box. Um, and we don't know exactly what he's going to have to bring out against Devin, but it's going to have to be the right thing at the right time. And if he don't, we can have a Zerillo situation. We can have a Josh Taylor situation, even though Josh Taylor packed a lot more power. But that's it. Regis has a good gas tank. Devin has a good gas tank. Devin does fade. Most fighters fade a little late. Devin fades a little late. He does. He does. I don't care what you say. He does. Uh, Lomachenko was able to catch up to him that second half of the fight. Especially if you push the pace a little bit, he will begin to slow down ever so slightly. Not enough to be concerned, but ever so slightly, right? Uh, Regis does possess the power to knock him out. Regis may hit as hard as Tank Davis because Regis has been at a higher weight class. He might hit as hard as Tank Davis. He's not as explosive, but he might hit as hard as Tank Davis. Devin has excellent defense, but it's not like he hasn't been hit before by slower guys. Devin is going to have a hell of a game plan as well. But I do think this fight is closer than I gave it credit for being. I may have been a little dismissive of a few guys up there who could possibly give Devin some issues. We have to see how he looks. It's up to him, really. Either that 5 pounds made a world of difference or it didn't. If an additional 5 pounds of muscle potentially is not giving Devin some extra punch resistance, if it's not giving Devin some extra power, then he may be in for a world of trouble at 140. I'm still sticking to my original guns at this point, that I see 3 guys giving him trouble between those 2 weight classes, with one guy I don't see him having a chance in hell beating. But we'll see. But I do think the fight is a lot closer than I gave it credit for. As the fight go along and I start to look in some of these training camps and the sparring and just kind of getting a little bit of game plan, because they say a lot of things without saying it. Uh, Seeing what they're hinting at as far as the game plan goes, I'll begin to make more updates. But as of right now, I do see the fight a little closer, and I am gonna say that Regis could possibly get Devin up out of there, or he could possibly beat Devin. It's a possibility at this point. I'm out.